All right, so the LILJ is joined by class of 2026 goalie Sofia Moschitta of St. Anthony's and the Jesters Black team. Sophia, how's it going here this afternoon?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's great to speak with you, getting a chance to talk to you a little bit just about like your summer with lacrosse and going through that recruiting process and all that stuff. So definitely glad to have you on here this afternoon and get a chance to speak with you. But just want to first talk about just overall how your spring went and your summer went, just in general. Of course, like this is such a big time of the year for you, like getting set to hear from a bunch of college coaches, but just like how'd everything go for you?
My spring and summer well. My spring season, we went undefeated at St. Anthony's, so that was really cool. I had a lot of fun playing with my friends. And in the summer, we had a really good season too. I really enjoyed playing with my teammates from Jesters, but also making new friends at showcases and playing with some old faces too.
Nice. Yeah, at St. Anthony's, of course, like that program, such a rich history of lacrosse and going undefeated JV and varsity. So St. A's definitely racking up the championships, and I'm sure you got to be looking forward to next year getting a chance to suit up on varsity and really get that first taste next spring on the varsity level.
Yeah, I'm super excited, like, because I'm going to be an upperclassman now, and I'm going to hopefully get a chance to play on the same team. So many girls.
Nice. Now, just kind of getting into specifically like your game throughout the summer and getting a chance to showcase your abilities at so many different events. Just like how would you assess that you felt you played throughout the summer? Just being able to showcase yourself in front of so many different college coaches. Like, how do you feel your summer went overall?
Honestly, I think I played really good. We had a lot of success on Jesters, and I think I'm a big part of that as a goalie. I know like that we had a lot of success on defense, and when sometimes our offense needed help, I know that like my defense and I like we were always there for them. I think in front of coaches it can be a little bit nervous, and I definitely like felt nervous at the beginning, but I got past that, and I think like I played really good in front of the coaches.
Nice. Do you think that it was just something that you kind of had to adjust to, like knowing that, okay, like this is the summer where obviously a lot of college coaches are going to be watching my game? Do you feel like there was just some type of adjustment period that had to take place, really just to kind of get used to it since you were like a little nervous at first, you said?
Yeah, it definitely does take a little bit of adjusting because I've always gone to like showcases and stuff when I was younger, but like it doesn't feel real until you're at a huge game and you just see like all like the players and parents and coaches like lining the sidelines, then it really does feel real. But like you can't let it get in your head. Like if anything, it just like fuels me like to want to impress them, and like it just makes me excited like when I play to see that many people want to watch me play.
Yeah, for sure. I totally understand that. Now, like, what were some of the events, both like from a club perspective and individually, did you attend? Of course, like I know you were at Juniors Open, got a chance to see you there. Also the Excelsior games as well. But I just kind of talk about the different events and showcases that you went to, both individually and with your club team. Were you able to ball out?
Yeah, so with my team, we went to four tournaments. We played at Lax for the Cure, Live Love Lax, Summer Genesis, and the Maryland Cup, and they were so fun. Like I love playing with my teammates. We had a great summer, and then in between all that, I had some individual stuff, and I was at Best in Class, Juniors Open, Excelsior Games, and American Select.
Now, do you feel like there's kind of like a difference in how you may play when it comes to like team events versus like individual showcases, or do you feel that like it doesn't matter, like I'm just here to play and just like show to the college coaches like my game and like how I play?
I think I play the same, but it's definitely a different experience playing with girls that you are familiar with versus not familiar with. Sometimes like I feel like I have more opportunities at showcases because sometimes you're not in a super strong team and you get more shots, or sometimes you're not playing for a really good team and you don't get as many shots. Like it all depends like who you're playing with and like what the situations are. So I think like it's good to go to showcases with different players because you're able to like showcase your talents in different settings.
Now, when it comes to like the expectations going into the summer, like of course like okay, this is such a huge summer for me. Like, did you have any expectations that you may have set for yourself going into the summer? And if so, do you feel that maybe you met those expectations? Like, just what were kind of your thoughts like going into the summer and like now post summer after wrapping up playing in all these tournaments and events?
Yeah, my biggest expectation was like to not get in my head or like let anyone else get in my head. Like everyone is super nervous going into it, and like it's very easy to let like the mental game get to you. And my biggest expectation was just not letting that happen. Like it's really stressful and it's a big deal this summer, but you just have to play how you always do and not let anything change that. And I think I definitely met the expectation. I played as I always do, and I think we had success because everyone followed that and everyone played like with the game that they really wanted to play.
Is there anything that you do to like mentally prepare and like lock in when you're getting ready to take the field?
Honestly, no. I feel like if you overthink it, that's like what makes you get in your head, at least for me. Like I just think for me, I just like listen to some music, get warmed up, and I just think like lacrosse is fun. It's just a game. Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's just lacrosse. Like
Yeah.
I don't let myself have fun.
No, I feel like that's a good approach. Like you got to remember at the end of the day, like you're playing a game, you're having fun out there. It's not like the end all be all. It's not the end of the world. You're just doing what you love. I feel like that's definitely a great way to approach it and to look at it. I like that.
Um,
So when it comes to like now, like getting a chance over the next like weeks and possibly like couple months here, and like getting a chance to visit some schools, like what are some of the biggest things that you're going to be looking at when it comes to schools? Just in terms of like your level of interest, what are some of the things that you're going to be looking for when it comes to taking these visits?
the big thing I think I'm looking for is like good culture. I want to go somewhere like they friends on and off the field, like girls that I'm gonna want to hang out with on a Friday night when I don't have anything else to do. And I definitely want a school with like good education. So I want coaches that are gonna like support me on the field and support like my rigorous academics and like my high level of lacrosse.
Now, from an academic standpoint, do you have any idea as to what you're looking for, what you're looking to major in and pursue?
I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm thinking more like the business pathway because it's a really like vulnerable major. But I feel like I'm still young and that can change. So I don't know.
No, you definitely still have plenty of time to figure that out for sure. But just like when it comes to maybe like your list of schools that you're considering, like I'm sure you had schools that you were thinking about before the start of the summer. Maybe that list has changed. Like, has it gotten bigger? Has it gotten smaller? Have the schools themselves changed? Like, what's kind of like your list looking like? Just like from a general sense of the schools that you're going to be looking at and hope to hear from.
My list really narrowed down. I feel like in the beginning I was really overwhelmed and I thought every school was like amazing. But as like I looked into it more, like I realized that I wanted to have good academics. I think I want a school on like the bigger side, but I'm not too sure. Like, and I know that I just want like good defensive coach. Um, and I don't know, I guess my list has narrowed down a little bit.
Okay, okay, nice. Have you done like I'm sure you've done like some like prospect days and whatnot where like you got a chance. It's not like an official visit or anything like that, but have you gotten a chance to kind of like have some takeaways from certain schools that you visited, like just in terms of like prospect days and things like that?
Yeah, I've definitely like seen some campuses that have like taken me aback. Like I've loved some schools that like because they were just so pretty. But honestly, like it's tough because I love all the coaches. I love all like their facilities. Like they're all so nice. So I think it's gonna come down to like who really wants me um and I don't know, like and what schools end up offering me stuff and like what schools have like the kind of meets for my major.
You know, I think like that's one thing that's really important. I think for future players out there that will be going through that recruitment process, like like you want to feel wanted. Like that's important. And I think people like should realize like there's nothing wrong with that. Like everyone wants to be loved, like and appreciated and wanted. So it's like, of course, like you can have a list of schools that you might be interested in, but like the feeling may not be mutual, and like of course it goes vice versa as well. But I do think that's an important takeaway. Like you want to feel wanted. Like that's important. So I really appreciate it. I'm really glad that you said that, because I think that's an important takeaway that like a lot of future recruits, like they should just keep that in mind. Like you definitely want to have that mutual feeling with how you feel about the school and how the school feels about you. Um, but like when it comes to just like a potential timeline for when you may want to make that decision, just because I feel like some people look at it as like it's a weight lifted off their shoulder when they make that commitment, because it can be such a stressful time, hearing from so many different schools and so many coaches. Other people, they may want to go about it more like deliberately, like more so taking their time and just kind of like weighing all their options. So, like, do you have an ideal timeline as to when you would like to make that commitment, or are you just kind of going to go about that process and whichever direction it takes you, and whenever that time feels right, that's when it's going to come for you?
I think everyone wants super early. Like I know like I would feel so good to commit so early, but like this process is just like so like special. Like not everyone gets to go through it. So I think I'm gonna take my time, but if it's early on and the time feels right, like I'm not gonna hesitate, I think.
Yeah, do you think like you're one of those people where like you'll know, like you'll kind of know right away, like okay, this is where I want to be, like I'm set here, like I'm good.
I think, but I'm also going to be keeping an open mind because sometimes like you get those later calls and like it just hits you and you want to commit there. So I don't know. I'm definitely going to be like open minded about it, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think definitely keeping an open mind is the way to go, just because you kind of want to just like see what's out there and weigh all your options, of course, like because it's a huge deal. Like that's where you're deciding where you're going to be at for the next 4 years. So of course, like that's a potential life changing decision and a moment that you'll never forget. But so if I just want to thank you for again for taking some time here to join me on this interview and just talk a little bit about your process and like how the summer went for you. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what that decision ultimately is for you when the time comes. Like it's been great getting a chance to cover you the last couple years and continuing to cover you throughout your next 2 years of high school. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you out there on the field soon. And again, just thanks for taking some time here this afternoon.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on here.
No problem. So absolutely.